Well, it's been 18 weeks now for me on the DASH diet. Welcome back. And we're going to bring the big board out here and check the numbers for this week in just a moment. After a couple of weeks of not losing weight, I was really in a holding pattern, and the waistline wasn't shrinking either. We'll see how this week went. But first, I wanted to share a story with you I thought was kind of funny. I actually was at the weigh-in, and that's nothing formal. I just go to the gym where I work out and use the scale there so that it's the same scale each and every time. And I checked the weight, but I left it up there. It's one of those sliding scales. I left everything set the way it was when I finished and stepped off. There was an elderly gentleman there. I say elderly, maybe late 60s, possibly 70. And he'd been swimming, clearly takes care of himself. Well, as I'm putting my shoes back on and getting ready to go, he steps up onto the scale and I hear this, "Oh," and I look up. And then suddenly, without looking over his shoulder and even glancing at me, I hear him say, "Wow, you weigh a lot more than I do." And I resisted the temptation to attack the old gent and instead said, "Yeah, working on losing some weight," and headed on out. I thought it was kind of funny. And it also reminded me, too, that, you know what, you're not competing against anybody else. It really doesn't matter how they're doing. It's really a competition with yourself. So I have to keep that in mind. All right, let's get to the numbers now for this week. Remember, I started at 235 pounds. Last week, I was at 198 pounds for the second straight week. But this week, down to 196 pounds, so almost the big 4-0. I'm not talking about a birthday here. That was a long time ago. Actually, 40 pounds lost, just about, almost there. Now, as far as the waist size is concerned, let's see what kind of progress was made, if any, this week. Yep, down an inch from 41.5 inches last week to 40.5 inches this week. Having a hard time keeping some of the clothes that I have on me. The shorts and pants and stuff want to fall down, so I'm going to have to go out and get some more new clothes, and that actually is a good thing. Hey, thanks for checking in. We will see you again next week.